Hey guys, it's Kim Spoon. Welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on the Tier 6 American light tank, the T21. I recently got this tank. I free XP'd my way up to the T21, going past the M7, the M5 Stuart, the M3 Stuart, and the M2 Light, because they're boring, really. They're not that exciting. So I skipped to the interesting looking tank, the T21. Now this thing is interesting because it looks exactly like the T20, which is the Tier 7 American medium tank. And I was confused as to why they added a tank that was already in the game at a lower tier in a different line. So I looked at the stats. It's a little bit different. The turret on the T21 is basically like the stock turret on the T20. And obviously by their name it sounds like the development was related. But in World of Tanks Blitz, this is on the American light tank line, the line that goes up to the T57 Heavy. Now I'm really interested in picking up the T57 Heavy, because it's the only Tier 10 autoloader currently in the game. And it does 1600 clip damage, and then you just sit back and reload, so it has enormous burst damage potential, and I've seen videos of it played on PC, and it just looks like a load of fun. So I'm working my way all the way up to the T57 Heavy, and it all starts with this T21 here. So for a Tier 6 tank, this thing is fantastic. Now I've only really played this thing platooned, which is going to manipulate my stats in it a lot, but I have like a 70% win rate in this thing, and I have like a 1.01 star one, which tells me that people are doing fantastic in this little thing. It's quick, it's nimble, it has a pretty good gun, it goes forward and backwards really quickly, it has really high damage potential, you bounce shots somehow. I really don't know how I'm bouncing these shots, but you can bounce shots with it. It has a good view range. Basically, it's just an all-around beast. If you like mediums and you like fast mediums, then you're gonna like the T21. I might even be keeping this as I go up through the lines. I don't know, it depends on how good the T71 is, but the T21 all around is a stellar Tier 6. It's kind of big, which makes it like an easy target, but other than that, I mean, it's a little beast. I absolutely love this thing. First impressions are very positive of the T21. You can see here we're on Black Goldville. We're just crushing these guys. There's out in the open. This team really has no idea what they're doing. M4 out in the open. There's a giant graveyard right around my tank, and I play pretty aggressively, especially when I'm top tier in this thing. You can play aggressive. I'm right up here taking the cap. No one's really pressing on me, especially in these low tiers. You can get away with a lot of things you're not going to be able to get away with in tiers 8, 9, and 10, just because people really don't know what they're doing in the game. But the T21 exploits this super well. Like this guy, he's aiming the entire time. I popped around. This thing is pretty accurate on the move, so took the shot, took the kill before he could take a shot on me. So again, overall, T21, absolutely fantastic tank here. I was platooned with Seb basically every game I've played, and he loves it too. In platoons, this thing is really good. You can work together and do a lot of things that you couldn't be able to do in like heavy tanks or even other medium tanks, even like the VK-3001D. You wouldn't be able to move around the map like this and pick up kills. Circling is okay in the T21. I mean, it's not as maneuverable as I'd like it to be, but it's very quick. We're doing almost 60 kph right here on flat ground. I'm not sure what type of terrain this is, but we're kicking up dust, so it doesn't look like it's hard terrain. And again, at Tier 6, you can get away with some weird stuff. So I'm sitting here, he's looking right at me. I'm like, I'm just going to pop around. He's looking at me. Doesn't take the shot in the open. And he's dead. So probably wouldn't have happened at Tier 10, but again, I was able to pick up the kill for my team because I was just distracting him. T21, you can play aggressive in it, but sometimes you get caught. So we did pretty well in this game, but in this game right here, I was again going to play a little bit aggressive, go up, take base C, and then all of the other tanks got spotted. So I was kind of in a bad spot here. I stuck up on the hill. I couldn't really shoot anyone because like I'd have to come down the hill and then back up the hill, so I'd be going super slow up the hill to get away from the enemy shots. And I back up. The turret's way in the front of this thing, so you really want to be turned around to shoot them. But that didn't work. And then, oh great, there's a T71 on the hill. So that didn't go well for me. In this game here, I want to demonstrate some of the teamwork that you can do in this. So Seb and I are on Skype here talking to each other. And on Winter Malinovka, there are 4 cap points as opposed to 3. So basically, each team should get 2 right off the bat. So if you start on this side, you can easily get B and A very quickly, but A is kind of a useless point because in the trains, there's so many spots where you can get shot from and so many different alleyways that I don't like to go there. You just get caught. So going good to D is a really good idea. This KV1S pushed up super far ahead of his team, so we're going to punish him for that. There's like 6 guys right around him. He's not going to survive this one. KV2 asking for help, and we're right here. So we're going to take D very easily here. And with this teamwork with our team, we basically told them what to do at the beginning of the game, and we're going to do it. You see the KV2 over here. KV2s are the single scariest thing you're ever going to see in the T21. You have, like 20 millimeters of frontal armor. Yeah, your frontal armor is 28 millimeters, so it's just going to overmatch it with HE and Pen anyways. So if you see a KV2, you need to run away. You saw that from the opening clip. I survived on 28 HP after that big KV2 hit. Wasn't expecting him to pen the HE shell, but I see a VK 360-1H. I'm like, oh, that's a big deal, dude. Easy kill. KV2, not so much. They're really big, they might ram you, and they have a huge gun. So be afraid of KV2s, be afraid of other T21s, and there's not a whole lot else you need to be afraid of. E8s you can easily kill, M6s you can easily kill. Going to the Soviets, you can basically kill anything that's in the tier 6 range. Maybe T34-85s, because T34-85s are really good. You might have problems with those. But if you have help fighting another T21, it's super easy. So they've got this T21 like pinned in a corner here. And basically I just come around, steal the kill, and then I see the T28 running away. So I'm going to go hunt him down. This thing is plenty fast enough to keep up with the T28. Again, it's not quite as maneuverable, so going around corners, you might lose a little bit of speed. You might not be able to take them as quickly as you would like, but you can still catch up to people pretty easily. Sebastian's on the other side of the map. We're talking to each other. He's kind of coming this way, and we're going to try to catch the last Su-85 like in a pincer thing. But there are so many people left on our team. This is a guaranteed win anyways. So working together with my entire team, we were easily able to just sweep around one by one, take out enemy tanks. They were really splintered the entire game, and if you're splintered, you lose. So basically the best strategy is just have everyone in the same spot, I guess. That works pretty well most of the time. So if that's kind of your general strategy and everything, but especially with the T21, you don't want to go off somewhere without help. You can run away from people pretty quickly, but in general, if you get caught by a platoon of other T21s or T34-85s, then you're gonna die. So make sure you always have a friend with you. But again, that's true for every tank. T21 low armor, so you're definitely not going to want to brawl with other people. You're going to want to catch their sides, you're going to want to catch their rears, or you're going to want to wait for them to shoot, then pop forward, take the shot, and then pop back. This thing has a really good horsepower to ton ratio, so you can easily move forward and backwards. It accelerates very quickly. So as you'll see in this game, working ridges with its gun depression is pretty easy. This thing does have really good gun depression. I'm not sure what the actual statistic is, but I mean, it's pretty good. It's easily on par with other American tanks with a pretty good gun depression. It's definitely not Soviet in that respect. So we're pushing up here. This is probably the best spot for the T21 because all the heavies are going to catch their sides. We just weren't expecting all of their mediums to come here, so we got the Dracula, the 34-85 Victory. So there's a lot of enemies here, so this is kind of scary for us because, we don't want to just get into a straight gunfight with other people. Low armor, really bad idea to just get in gunfights with people. So I'm over here on this far ridgeline. I really don't want to get shot by any of the heavies that are sitting over in the kind of standard heavy brawl area. They haven't been spotted yet, but I mean, they have a heavy on the other team, so, I don't want to get shot by that KV2. He pops over the ridge. I'm going to start taking shots at him to try to get him to stay down because I don't want him to hit Seb. I see how low health Seb is, though, so I decide that I really need to come help him. And a great strategy for using teamwork is to figure out who's going to take hits. So Seb is on a one-shot, so I'm going to take hits from now on. I missed that shot, but at least Seb's alive. So a gun in the game, it doesn't matter how much HP he has, he's a gun in the game, so he can do damage. If Seb's dead, he can't do any damage, so it's useless. So I'm going to basically work this ridge line, taking hits, be a little bit more aggressive than I need to be. But again, I don't want Seb to die. So I can take hits, he can't. It's pretty simple. We basically pushed that KV2 all the way down the hill, and he's no longer a threat, and now he's dead. So we can push up and be aggressive with these guys. No idea how that one bounced, completely gray, but RNG hates us there. Helsings, actually, Helsings are something to worry about. Their turrets are annoyingly strong, like that, and they do a lot of burst damage with both barrels if they hit you with both of them, so with health, you do need to be careful around Helsings, but again, they are 1 tier higher, so that kind of goes without saying. Seb and I are just plugging away at this guy. He has no chance. He's dead. And then after this, then we only got 2 more guys left. I'm surprised no one's killed him yet, so I'm just going to slither with that one away. They've got a Dracula and an MT25. Again, I don't want Seb to die because that could easily turn into a 2-on-3, and then if someone else dies, it's a 2-on-2, and then I can't guarantee the win. So I'm going to take out one of their tanks. I'm going to make sure that Seb doesn't get hit. So Seb's hiding down there, right behind me right now. And I know that if the MT25 comes over the hill, he can easily take out Seb. So I'm just going to run up to this guy and block him. He can't shoot at Seb if I'm in the way. So I'm just going to run up here, face hug him. It's probably not the best strategy considering we bounced, but at least Seb's still alive here. So I'm pushing him all the way down the hill. Seb says that he can't get shots anymore, so I'm going to try to push him up onto this ridge so Seb can get hits. Seb puts one in, and we get the kill shot. So now they just have a Dracula left. And Draculas are faster than the T21. So we're going to have to, we can't just chase this guy. We have to catch him. Unfortunately for him, he just drove over to the corner, which has no exit strategy whatsoever. And then he decides not to shoot me for some reason. So makes it pretty easy for me to just come around and take shots at him or the rock. But he's not even really looking at me. He just kind of drives past. We put one in, take his track out. He repairs his track, and then just doesn't look back at us. So he makes it really easy for me to come take this kill. One more shot in, and now he's a one-shot. So again, look, he's getting further away from me, but we take the kill anyways. So in that game, we kind of showed how teamwork on ridge lines is really important for the T21, because if I hadn't gone over and helped Seb, then he would have died. Then the T3045 could have pushed up onto that ridge and used it as cover to fight me, which would have not ended well because I didn't have any cover. And again, as a light tank, you should get people's sides and rears. So we are low tier in this game, and we know that if we go to the temple, their heavies are just going to toast us. So we're going to flank around. They do have some fast tanks, but lucky for us, they don't actually come this way. So we're flanking around here on Lost Temple. Usually you'll find light tanks flanking around this way because their light tanks shouldn't be at the temple anyways fighting the heavies, unless they're really good light tank drivers. But we exploit how they all go one direction. So we're pushing over here. Seb is kind of swinging wide a little bit. I don't take the shot against this KV2 here because I haven't been spotted yet, so they don't know I'm here. As a light tank, it gets the same camo stopped while driving, so they don't even know I'm here yet. If I had taken a pot shot at that KV2, then he would have spotted me, probably stopped, put 900 damage into me, but now he's caught. He's got me on his left, and he's got my other friendlies to his front. We see this Tiger, we pop a Dren, and we're just going to toast this guy, because he can't turn his turret, then my friends pen his turret, and he can't leave me alone, so basically he's dead anyways. I'm lucky that I actually penned that shot, but now we're just going to switch targets. Now, you'll notice that I didn't switch to like the KV2 or anything because I see that this guy is to the far right of the enemy kind of formation. So if I pull forward anymore and try to hit any more tanks, then multiple tanks can get shots on me. Right here, basically, I'm making it so that one tank can get shots at me at any one time. And I'm also picking tanks that are in other engagements. So this guy's in another engagement right now with Seb. So I'm gonna fight him because I don't want to 1v1 anyone. He hits my tracks, which sounds like a heat shell. And I'm just going to focus on someone who's already in a gun battle and then just help out my friendlies. Because again, I don't want to 1v1 this tier 7. I'm probably going to lose that engagement. We see the Panther and the Type 62 run off to fight someone else. So whoever they're going to fight, I'm going to help them. We push around the corner, KV2's dead, and really these are the only guys left. So I'm going to focus one target, I'm going to take him out, and I'm going to hopefully save my Helsing over here. I don't actually end up saving the Helsing, but it doesn't really matter because I end up taking out this Type 62. If I had kind of split fire and also shot the Panther, then I would have had 2 guns shooting at me for longer, and it just wouldn't have gone well. So now the Type 62 is a one-shot. He shoots the wall. Server lag sends my shell in there. I have no idea where that shell went, but yeah, that one disappears. The Panther kind of tries to block his friend and keep him alive, but I get the kill anyways, and then it's just kind of like a circling death ring. But yeah, we end up killing the Panther. Easy win. So again, circling around the enemy's flank, they were getting shot from both sides. They couldn't use their armor effectively with their big heavy tanks, so easy win there. There really wasn't a contest there, especially when Seb and I started to take shots from the enemies. Then my friendlies came around the corner and put shots into them. So, the T21, all-around fantastic light tank. I can't wait to get the T71, which is a little bit slower, but it has that 3-round autoloader, so I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited to play all the other autoloaders going on up. I've never played a high-tier autoloader before, because there simply wasn't one to play, but hopefully with this line, they introduce them well, and then hopefully we'll see like Bat Shots in the future, or AMX-50Bs coming when the French line gets introduced. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up down below, and stay tuned for more awesome tank videos. Thanks.